Hello everyone and welcome to iExamB. In this video, we are going to talk about the marking scheme in SEBI IT Phase 2. So SEBI IT का जो Phase 2 एग्जाम होता है वो हमारा दो पार्ट्स में डिवाइडेड होता है, पेपर 1 एंड पेपर 2. सो पेपर 1 आपका इंग्लिश डिस्क्रिप्टिव होता है एंड पेपर 2 इज योर कोडिंग पेपर. So coding paper is very different in terms of marking, in terms of pattern, and SEBI is changing the pattern every year almost. In 2020 it was different, and then after that it went out to be something which needs changes, and they did that thing. So the entire thing that we are going to discuss here is the marking, how you ensure that you know the correct format, the correct way to attempt the paper. Okay, so this particular video is only about the IT part, that is the SEBI IT Phase 2 paper 2. Okay, English descriptive is pretty much similar to the other exams, so we are not discussing that in this video. We are going to discuss highly and fully on the paper 2 of the Phase 2, that is completely IT coding paper. So before going ahead, we should know what the syllabus we have to cover for this paper. So the syllabus says it has 4 topics: algorithm, data structures, string manipulation, object-oriented programming. Now, under these 3 things, basically I combine the string manipulations with the algorithm. That's why I'm saying 3. Otherwise, if you see, there are 4 topics, and all these 4 topics are having some set of sub-concepts. So you don't have to exactly learn everything under these topics. What you need to do, you need to understand the concepts mentioned under these topics. Now you see the weightage that is given to every topic. For algorithm, it is 30. For data structure, it is 40. For string manipulation, it is just 10. And for the object-oriented programming concepts like the OOPS pillar, which stands for abstraction, encapsulation, polymorphism, inheritance, it's of 20. Cumulatively and total, it is 100. Now, there is a star mark. Weightages are indicative only. It means it is not like you will get 30 of the algorithm only or 40 of the data structure. But yes, they are near about this only. Like you can get 39 or 29 or 35 for algorithm. For the data structure, you might get 30, you might get 45. But yes, plus minus 5, plus minus 6 is the thing that you can expect in the changes with this star mark. Okay, so this is the thing that you need to understand. Here you will see they are giving very known topics which you guys have learned when you are studying the computer science and IT subjects. These are the topics that everyone should know. So the basic problem here lies that we know the topic, but we don't know how to ace that topic. When we know the topic, when we don't know how to ace the topic, then we lack something that is called as practice. So the basic pillar to crack this exam is to practice a lot of coding questions, and that should be like only concentrated for these 4 topics. Okay, so this is about the syllabus and how you should actually go about it. We'll make a separate video how you should prepare yourself for these all 4 topics. Now, let's come to the main point for this video. The main point for this video are being taken from the handout that was released by SEBI in 2022. So these are the exact lines from the handout, and you should understand these very closely when you are going to attempt the paper. So now SEBI has changed its pattern as compared to 2021, and now in 2022 they are different. And I think that they are going to stick it for 2023 and years on. So now the total duration of the exam will be 3 hours and 30 minutes. 3 hours and 30 minutes, out of which you will be having 30 minutes specifically for reading, not for attempting. So you won't be able to start the exam until the initial 30 minutes are like finished. Okay, so you will get entire 30 minutes to read and to make the strategy to choose what questions you have to attempt actually. Okay, now this time the Parakshak will be blocked. What is Parakshak? For all those who don't know, Parakshak is the platform where you are going to solve your question. Okay, it's like a editor, like we have normal editors for C++, Python, Java. This is an editor which will help you to write your code, Parakshak. You can get this from the CDAC website as well. If you want to like have an understanding how this looks like, you can go to the CDAC website and you can get an understanding for this kind of platform. Now, 30 minutes, how many questions you have to read? So you have to read 9 questions. Out of those 9 questions, you don't have to attempt all the 9 questions. You are having the privilege that you can choose the 6 questions to attempt. Now, you have to understand how you are going to choose those 6 questions. So the complexity of this entire paper is divided into 3 parts: simple, medium, and high. The simple questions will be 4. The medium questions will be 3, and the high difficulty level questions will be 2. Out of 4 simple questions, you have to attempt 3. Out of 3 medium questions, you have to attempt 2. Out of 2 high difficulty questions, you have to attempt only 1. Okay, so now 3, 2, and 1. This counts to 6. 4, 3, 2, that counts to 9. So out of 9, you have to attempt 6. But keep in mind which category you have to go. So you can leave 1 question in every category. Okay. Now, the maximum marks that will be allocated for those questions will be 10, 20, and 30 respectively. So now 3 questions for 10 marks, that is 30. 2 questions for 20 marks, that is 40. And 1 question for 30 marks, that is 30. Overall, it is 100 now. I hope you understand the entire pattern of the exam. Now, once these 30 minutes are given to you at the start of the exam, you have to understand what all 6 questions you have to attempt. And you can use the pen and papers, you can write some pseudo algorithms, you can just write whatever thoughts are coming in your mind, what algorithm have you prepared for making the question solve. Okay. So these all things you can do in your 30 minutes. Sufficient time, and you can easily decide which questions you have to attempt. After those 30 minutes are over, you will be asked to get into the pariksha. The pariksha will be unblocked, and now you have to actually start typing the question. You can't waste a single minute because you already have 30 minutes, so you can't afford to wait and to waste any kind of time from that 3 hours of chunk. So 3 hours are sufficient if you are going to code for 6 coding questions, where 3 will be easy, 2 will be medium, and 1 will be high. Okay, so now let's talk about the things, how you are going to attempt the questions. Let's say you attempted all the 6 questions. Now there is 30 minutes left, and you are sure that you can't do better than this on those 6 questions. You have a chance that you can attempt any other questions as well. So in case where candidates are going to solve more than the required number of questions of any particular complexity type, they are going to get the marks for only the 6 questions. But yes, you will have a kind of thing where the lowest marks will be discarded and the top 3 will be taken. For example, here we have an example from SEBI only, that in case a candidate solve all the 4 questions related to the simple complexity type during the evaluation, and let's say he has got 10, 6, 8 and 8 marks for those problems. So now when the evaluation is going to get graded, you will not be counted upon the question which gives you 6 marks. So you will be getting 10 plus 8 plus 8. That is how much? 10 plus 16, that is 26 out of 30. Okay, not like 8, 8 or 6 or 10, 6 or 8, no order. The top 3 will be taken. Similarly, go for the medium and for the high. Okay, so it's just like if you attempt maximum than the required, more than the required number of things, you will be getting only the marks which are on the higher sides. Okay, so if you do anything extra, then it's up to you. You are not going to get the 4, you are not going to get 10 plus 6 plus 8 plus 8 for things. Okay, you won't be getting that thing. So keep in mind before choosing the question, which question you have to choose. And if you have a lot of time, if you don't feel like doing anything, and if you attempt anything, you have to make sure that whatever you are going to attempt now should be the better attempt than the previous one. Okay. Now, environment. What kind of environment we are going to get? So for C++, Java and Python, these will be the 3 things that you will be allowed to code in the exam. And there are the versions, the compiler versions. For C++, GCC, it's 9.3. Pretty much outdated as compared to the one that we are running today. For Java, it is 1.8, and for Python, it is 3.5. So what you can do, at least up till this level, start preparing everything, get to know what kind of libraries are supported here. Because if you are, let's say you are using something with the 11, 17 or 14 version for C++, you might be having extra concepts, extra libraries, extra API support, which you cannot use in 9.3. So just make sure whichever version you are using that inclines with the environment that SEBI is going to provide in the exam. Okay, now let's come to the marking thing, how you're going to get marks. So now every question will have some test cases. Okay, and those will not be visible to you. The test cases that your code is going to have, the code will be checked against those test cases, but you are not having any kind of environmental pattern that you can get to know what kind of test cases your exam is getting checked upon. So overall, when you run your code, when you submit it to the grader is going to get some set of test cases which will be checked. Okay, and you will get Y and N as the result. Y means you have passed, it's a big yes, and N means you haven't passed it, or you can get a X as well. Okay, so X means that whatever your code has been there, it failed for the particular test case, and Y, it means it has been passed. So let's see how the marking is going there. So minimum, they say that you can get 5 test cases at least in every question. Minimum 5 test cases. So either it be 10 marker question, 20 marker, or 30 marker question, there will be minimum 5 test cases. There can be more than that as well, like 6, 7, 8, or 10. But minimum there will be 5. Now, once your compilation is successful, once you submit the program for the input for the test cases to be checked, minimum 5 test cases will be checked, and you will be getting the 5Y or 5X or some combination of Y and X, but only 5 because it is going to get checked for 5, let's say. Now, you must get minimum 2 Ys. Okay. So if you are having 5 test cases, you should get minimum 2 Y. That means 2 test cases are passed, so that only your submitted code will be considered for the evaluation. Okay. Make a note again. I'm repeating it again. And again, I will be repeating it in Hindi. अगर आपके कोड में 5 टेस्ट केसेस चेक हुए हैं, यू हैव टू गेट मिनिमम 2 करेक्ट. आपको 2 करेक्ट करने ही करने हैं. अगर आपने मिनिमम 2 टेस्ट केसेस करेक्ट नहीं किए हैं, तो आपका कोड इवैल्यूएशन के लिए कंसीडर नहीं किया जाएगा. ओके, सो यू हैव टू गेट एटलीस्ट 2 test cases correct, no matter it is 5 or it is 6 or something like that. You have to get at least 2 corrected. If you are less than that, you will get a big 0. You won't get any marks. Okay, let's say you get more than 2. How the marking is going to happen after that? So there will be the marking based upon the proportional thing. So whatever proportion of the test cases you have made correct, you will get marks according to that. For example, if you get 3 Ys out of 6 test cases, and the marks are going to get allotted for the half of the maximum marks that you are assigned for that question. Let's say you are having a 30 marker question where you are having 6 test cases. You passed 3, so you will get 15 marks. Okay, if you passed 4, you will get how much marks? 2 by 3 of 30. Okay, that means 20 marks. Similarly, the things are going to get aligned as per the maximum number of marks that is being allocated to a question and the test cases that you did correct. But again, the main point is you have to get at least minimum 2 correct. Okay, if you don't get 2 correct, you are not going to get yourself or your question submitted for the evaluation, so you won't get any marks. And make sure whatever questions you are attempting, at least 2 test cases should be correct. If there is only 1 test case correct, you're going to get big 0 and your time is wasted. So this was all about the marking scheme, the environment, the points that you need to know, and about the syllabus for SEBI IT Phase 2 exam. Now, if you like this video, do hit the like button, and if you are still an unsubscribed user, please do subscribe the channel so that you can get regular update from our side. Do press the bell icon so that whenever we post any video, you get the direct notification on your phone or your laptop. If you have any further doubts, you can reach out to us at hello@ixambi.com. Also, you can reach out to us at the number which is shown on the screen right now. And if you want to check our course, you can go to www.ixambi.com, where you will find our course by the name of SEBI IT. You can enroll for the demo course and can check what we are offering. Now, this was all about from my side for the pattern exam of SEBI IT Phase 2. We'll keep on bringing some more videos on the SEBI, but by the time we keep bringing the next video, stay updated and keep practicing.